Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we actually have some sunshine, rain stopped, it's a lovely sunny day, so I said I'd give a little bit of a tour of the garden, the trees, and we'll check up on them and see how everything's been doing, some updates and stuff. So we'll get started with that. This is my apple tree. The flowers now are starting to drop, so we'll be getting lots of fruit soon on that. As you can see, it's doing well. We have our tree, we don't know what it's called. Moss is starting to get a bit overgrown and that needs a bit of a work on it. There's our Virginia creeper back there. That's doing well. And one of them kind of lacy Japanese maples. That's just in a long kind of garden pot thing. And we went collecting moss last week and found a few wild strawberries in it, so we collect them. So they're all flowering now, they're doing good. There's a little jade back there in a kind of a Japanesey kind of a pot I got in a car boot sale, so I put that in there for a cascade one. A little bit of a shamrock back there from Patrick's Day. There's my thuja that I did a bit of work on. My blueberry is doing well. Through all the little trees there. My ficuses are all out now in the sun. That's the one over the Buddha statue. Or not the Buddha, monk statue, sorry. There's a little juniper back there. This ficus is the one I did the big chop on. Still nothing happening with that yet. But the top that I took off is here. There was like one little aerial root, but that's grown well, seems to be bucking up now, it's come outside. My Chinese elm over the warrior statue. See, that needs another trimming. It's starting to get out of control again. There's a couple of these little cascade junipers, just little, they were in little pots up the garden, and I noticed that a mouse or something, they were just cuttings that I've been growing, and a mouse has started to chew the barks on them all, so I just stuck them in there. Some little Chinese elm I worked on recently, little jade there. This is the Chinese elm that I did over the statue. You see that's growing well now. Plenty of fresh leaves on that, that'll need trimming soon. Another Chinese elm there on a rock. Kind of plants on the side of the rock again. Needs trimming. This is kind of where I keep a lot of my Chinese elms down here. There's one there in a kind of a rock pot that I made, again out of concrete and that. Polystyrene, just moulded it, put it there. This one you see me working on recently. This is just a little larch. It has a planted on a tree with a root going through a hole in the tree, so when that comes out it'll be alright. Another little Chinese elm. Another one back there on a rock. This is my Chinese privet that's come out of the shed now, and it's already starting to really grow since it's been outside. This is my little dwarf Chiflera. That one's come out, that's normally kept up in the bathroom. That's the colour painted for the bathroom ornament, so that's just out for having a bit of sunshine today. Little cascade Chinese elm, I saw that recently. And then back there there's another Chinese elm planted next to the rock. Okay, so come over here. We have a big Chinese elm there on the stack of rocks that was cemented together. Here's our boxwood forest down here. It's all doing good. Little Chinese maple there in a garden pot again. One of my myrtles we did recently, trimmed. This is a juniper planted on a rock. Needs a bit of weeding. You can see all this Irish moss is growing crazy. So that'll need a bit of a clean up too. Another juniper up there. So you get kind of a grey foliage on that one. Another myrtle there. Again, we worked on them recently. This juniper up here. This was a big tree, and I chopped it all back and just kept the one branch. Made it a kind of a cascadey kind of a style. Over here we've just got on the table, we've got our African juniper, our giraffe, another juniper there. Just knocked my thing, hope it didn't knock it off. Another juniper there. That's the one kind of all twisty that we did the big branch chop on. My redwoods, you can see dinosaurs are loving it. The moss and everything's growing in well, and the trees themselves are growing good. They're going to need a bit of a thinning out and pruning soon. This is a liquid amber. This is the one that has a lot of trunks, which all seem to be has a lot of kind of dieback and rot on it, but it still keeps growing, so we'll leave that off. Here we have fuchsia. There's two fuchsias here. This one, which is leafing out well, and this one is only just starting to put out. It's a bit slower, that one. Here we've got an elm, just one of the common elms. This one, if you can see in here, with the sun in here, it was very straight down, so I thread grafted a branch. This branch comes from here, goes around, and it's thread grafted through. So I want to bring that branch out there, let it grow. So that's taking well. That'll need trim too. Soon it's starting to get a bit of out of control. Little lace, one of them lacy kind of Japanese maples. This branch for some reason has taken its time this year. I think it was because this is the back. I had it turned the other way, and that branch was in against the fence, so I think it wasn't getting enough sun. So I've turned it around. That again needs pruning back a bit. Okay, so we'll go up here. We have this guy. This is one of the guys that I rescued out the skip. It's growing well, can't remember the name of that. It's Pizzosporum, if I'm pronouncing it right, I don't know. But that's growing well again. We gave that a pruning back a while ago. Little juniper there, cascade juniper. There's a little fern back there. This is my, forget the name, we'll come back to that one. I keep forgetting the name of that. This is why I have the labels. And there's a label here, wisteria. That's because I know the names, but then when I'm recording, I always forget them. That's the wisteria that was sloped, and we repot it. So that's the side view of it, but nothing happening with that yet. The buds are just starting to open, I think. Just a few little trees. We've got the gnocchi back there. This is my pyracanthia. Looks like it got a bit burnt. Was it a bit of frost or something? But the new leaves are coming out now, so it should be okay. That's the one with the big trunk. My rosemary, just about hanging on to the last of its flowers. And there is the little forester made out of the cuttings, so we don't know how that's going yet. We'll just leave it off. These are all my minis up there, mini ones. This is, I think this is an ash or an oak. No, I can't remember now. We'll have to wait till that comes out. My azalea is just about to burst into flower. That's the one we repotted. So that's going to do well. It's covered in flowers. This is a miniature ash tree. It's got very small leaves. I chopped off the top. I did an earlier, and this is the top off another one. Didn't have very much roots. It wasn't taking at all to the earlier, so it's been in this pot now for a few months. So I'm hoping it takes, but we'll have to wait and see. My cherry blossom, as you can see, is just in flower. Hold it up, maybe. That's doing well. That was laid off a tree at my mother's place. That's my piece of bogwood with the 3 different trees on it. Another tall juniper there. We got these guys, the maples in the pots. That's the big one and the small one. Same maple. This is my Chifleur over a rock. I did, as you can see, chopped it all right back. It's just starting to leaf out now. And in here, I can get them out. Little red maple. That's coming out now. Nice. Little twisty trunk on it. The Japanese maple there, small guy. There's the juniper we did over the rock where we twisted it into the grooves. Juniper here. This is the kind of dwarf hinoki that we dug out the garden. Don't know how well it's doing. We'll have to wait and see with that one. This is the elm. Again, just a kind of common elm. We put it in the handmade pot I got in the car boot sale, or in a second-hand shop, sorry. So I just drilled some holes in it and planted that in it. So that looks quite well when it's thing. If it's sitting in a bowl of water because the hole in the top is so small. Another elm we did a bit of work on repotting it. I've got my elm forest here in the narrow pot. That's looking well, it's doing good. Another little while, I'll have to do a bit of trimming on that, stop it shooting out big long branches. Here we got our ficus. One that's kind of doubled over the rock. It's kind of had a funny kink in it. So I put it on this rock, next to this rock, and it sat on perfectly. So that's doing well. And here we have, if I can get them out, fuchsia again. This one's just budding out as well. That's the one over the African guy. Down there. Definitely one now space here. That's my juniper on the rock, the cascading in one that we did a bit of work on. You can see the moss bush and everything's looking good. Warriors coming through, happy out. This one, juniper, I just took wire off recently. Needs styling, but I have to think about that one. It's got a kind of very little taper in it, so I'm gonna have to do some big cuts on that. Let's see. Back here, we got just a little, it's like a little twisted field maple. Just seeing that there. This is my shishishkara, mouthful of a maple. That's looking good now. It's, as you can see, a leaf, little fern down here. Turn him back round so he's facing the sun. And another juniper here. And the Japanese maple, the one with the wide spreading. It's the back now. It's the one that we had to wire up a little bit. We cracked the branch slightly, but I see the branch is okay. It's survived. It was only slightly cracked, so obviously there'll be no problem with it. Okay, come on this side. We have our beach scene with the juniper on the rock. On the beach, the fishermen down there. This is one of my North Vegas trees. It seems to be, I don't know, it's losing a lot of its leaves, but then it's also budding out with lots of new ones, so maybe it's going to lose a load. And I don't remember it doing that before, but we'll see. This little juniper, twisty juniper in a little pot there. This is my stone wall penching. You can see my little trees are growing well. I might still make a proper wall for that yet. Behind that is my large forest on the slab. You can see that's going to need pruning soon. It's full of branches growing out, so we're going to have to give that a pruning. You can see there they're growing quite long. This little pyracantha on the rock, just have it in this pot to keep it moist. My little, what's that called again? Wax flower in there. This one then is my, it's hard to get far enough away from it. This is the little forest I did with the goat willows. So that's looking well. I have the big piece of bogwood then here with the junipers, one there, one on top. They seem to be doing okay. They need styling yet. We've got down here the Japanese maple, that's the one on the dragon. We have some cuttings down here. They're the bald cypress that I didn't know what to do with. Well, I made a decision in the end and I gave it a pruning back. So they're just cuttings off it. I didn't know if to take or not, but I might as well put them in. We have like a twin trunk twisted juniper there. Eucalyptus. This will need pruning back. Need to find out what the story is with pruning them. This is the olive. A friend of mine has a huge olive, and when he was repotting it, he had to cut with a chainsaw some chunks off the root, and that was a piece of the root, like a slice of the root. So I took it. It was just a flat ring root, and I planted it, and it's grown. So I did a little bit of carving in it. There's another juniper, all the dead wood on it. And then in here, we have, this is a dogwood, variegated dogwood. It's kind of thing, juniper back there. That's my little alder. I'm trying to get a spreaded root base. And then my cypress back there. We got my forest, field maple forest. That's the back of it. And I've got this sweet chestnut. It's kind of growing over a rock. And here I've got a what do you call it again? Brain. Sycamore, that's it. Sycamore is growing strong. Needs a pruning back, take off these bigger leaves. Put a box in there. Here we've got a Scotch pine. It's got really rough bark. I don't know how good it's going to be. It was actually growing in my front garden, but it was getting overtaken by the hedge, so I decided I'd have to dig it out. And hopefully it'll be okay. Up here we've just got some like junipers. That's the leftover tree of planting on the statue. Oh, excuse me. This is my, what are these again? These are the bottle brush. And prune back. This is that's just the Chinese elm which I took an earlier off the top. Another juniper there. That's the other bottle brush. Still hasn't pushed anything out yet, so I'm hoping that's okay. Little cascade Chinese elm. Oh no, not that Chinese elm, an ordinary elm that is. It's an ash tree. This one, turn around. That's a yew. We worked on them recently. Some more layers of junipers that I have. And this is another sweet chestnut. It's got a funny shape to it. Just a little tanuki I was trying out. Again, nothing. Dwarf Enoki, I think they are. We'll see how that goes. And then my what's it called? Hawthorn. Yeah, I don't remember the names. So that's growing good. It's the twin trunk one. This side we've got my horse chestnut in there with the big base. See, it's quite chunky, that one. Need to be with a horse chestnut because it grows so big. It's the larch on top of the dragon. It's doing okay. This little hornbeam forest. Again, it's doing alright. There's another hornbeam next to it that we took out the garden. At the back there is the swamp cypress. You see where I chopped, if you can make out what I've done there. Chopped all the top of it back. I left one branch down below, down here. And then I chopped the back to make a kind of, I don't know, dome shape or something, I don't know yet. Excuse me. We've got a field maple there, needs a bit of pruning. We have a Potentilia, a little kind of rock pot there, it's flowering. My little alder. I want to see if I keep it in that tiny pot, how small I can get the leaves. And then we have a little Scots pine, it needs cleaning and weeding. This will be on the, was a little beech there at the front. Again, it's planted over a rock. The roots have managed to come down the side of the rock now and into the pot. And you see that's budding out quite good. Okay, so if we move up the garden a bit. This is the tree, we still don't know what it is yet. Some people are saying it's a field maple. Some people are saying it's a liquid amber, but it doesn't seem to match either of them. So I don't know. We got our myrtle there, which we trimmed recently. And let's move this one up right a minute. This guy, I don't know what this is, but when we go for a drive, there's a house that has one of these in the garden, and it has these real twisty, dangly leaves. So I found one, so I managed to get it. I thought it died last year, but it seemed to drop all its branches, and then it's growing them again. A couple of azaleas down there. We have this tall juniper, cascade juniper. I'll be bringing that in to do a bit of work on that some stage because it's starting to get a bit overgrown. This is actually the back of it, you can see here. We have a Scots pine there, slanted one. This is the back of the hawthorn that we did the big chop on. The big base. A few little juniper on the rock here. And green field maple. This is a Japanese or Chinese honeysuckle. It's kind of planted on the side of a piece of bogwood. This one back here, I think that's a sweet chestnut. A few other trees back there. Here we have ironwood. It's got a nice trunk, twisted trunk. So again, that'll be another one that will need bringing in soon. Just prune it back a little bit. This is our hornbeam which we have over the piece of wood with the honeysuckle on the wood as well. That'll need a bit of work done to it. Another Norfolk figs, or what are they called? Again, this one's the same, dropping leaves. I don't know what the story is. That's the one with the weird trunk on it. So we found a rock and it slotted into nicely. Another hornbeam here. And behind them we have if I can move them out the way a bit, stuff move back a bit. Here we have the what are they called? Alberta spruce on the, I can't even see with the sun, on the big rock I built. Or the big piece of polystyrene. I used a blowtorch and melted it all, and then I covered it with concrete, and then I planted the Alberta spruce on it. So they're all coming out well. I planted 2 new ones this year, this one, because this one was all dead on one side, so it left a big gap here. So I just recently planted this one here and this little one in the front here just to fill up, because this one was the same. Okay, we got a little juniper here, that's an area off the top of one of the others. A little tree on the side of the rock that needs a little bit of TLC to see all the soil's washing away. I need to cover that in moss and do a bit of work on it. This is our hydrangea, yeah, climbing hydrangea. Just did a video on that recently. This is the lilac flowering. You can see that's looking well. That's the one with a big trunk on it. These are the little blossom, cherry blossoms, or whatever they call them. That's a sweet chestnut that I chopped right back. Has a nice trunk on it. I chopped it right back because I want to try and grow it into a small tree so you can get the leaves smaller. This guy, I can't remember the name of them. They're the ones with them spirally branches. It's a red one, I can't remember the name of it. A couple of field maples. I'm not sure, this one is obviously not getting enough nutrients, as you can see, in comparison to this one. It's in the same soil, sitting on the same bench, and it was the same last year. There was 3 of them on the same bench planted at the same time, but for some reason this one always struggles. So I don't know, should have repotted it. Maybe I'll do a slip pot and maybe put it into some new soil or something, I don't know. The Cascade juniper there on a rock. This is the concrete pot I made, and I don't know what that plant is in it. It has like a yellow flower, and that's just a pot I made. I wanted to put something else in that this year, but never got around to it. These are all just like cuttings and stuff like that. These are my fig, medieval figs. Just some of them are popping open now. We have a Cascade rose there, as you can see, coming out there. A few other miscellaneous stuff there. Up here we have my big larch, kind of when I did the carving in the trunk too. Not sure if you can see with the sun. See if I can bring it up this way a bit. It's looking well. It's the best time of the year for them. This branch I think needs to be brought down, so I'll do that at some stage. This is a Scots pine, a little forest we did with all our random leftover pines. And that the olive we dug up. It's doing okay. That needs pruning, and a little oak forest there budding out. Big apple tree that we did the carving on. This is our mixed beech forest, like red and green. I'm not sure what this guy is. A friend of mine gave me this. It's a big tall one. Front of it was all dead, so I carved that out. That needs a bit of work too. Anybody knows what that is, they might let me know. This is the spruce on the rock. It's growing well. We've repotted that onto this rock. This is actually the back of it. You can see now it's doing well. This one is a red maple. Again, planted on rock. I seem to have a lot of trees planted on rocks. You don't realise until you start filming them. And over here is just bits and pieces. This little sycamore there. Again, weird kind of shaped one. Gotta put that on the rock. This one is another big red maple. Did a big trunk chop on that. It's my oak that I did the air layer on. So that's budding out, so I'm hoping that will be taken. This is a liquid amber, starting to bud out. Up here we have the alder. We did some work on, trimmed it. That's going to need looking at soon. Here we've got another Scots pine here. Alder with the hole through the trunk. All different kind of. This is the one we did all the chop on the staghorns. Nothing's happening yet, so hopefully that'll be okay. Me birch there, leafing out good. Join up here with all this dead wood on it. Let's see if I can get a bit of a shot on it. We're going to need to do a bit of styling on that soon. It's the oak I did recently. This is my red beech, the slanted one. It's not started leafing out yet, but it's budding out well. My ordinary green beech next to it. Same with that. This is a little mixed forest we found, so we just put them trio in together. Again, just more miscellaneous little things. This is the miniature ash that I took the air layer off that I showed you earlier. Nothing's happened to the main trunk yet. There's a couple of cuttings in there. I have a big Scots pine there. Good old bark on it and stuff. That needs working on. It's my really old big juniper. All the dead wood. And then we go up here. That's the sycamore on the rock, the funny shaped one. Juniper. Then I dug up what gone, so it had inverse taper, so I put it inside a rock there. This is the one with the dead wood, the juniper. That needs styling. This is a Japanese quince. I planted on this rock. This rock's full of holes and it's kind of growing through all the holes and stuff, so that'll look well when I take it out. It's growing good. That's the Zelkova that I did the ground layering on, so it's leafing out. Wait till next year to see how that's getting on. I'm not sure what that's called again. That's my birch. There's another birch down here. It's coming out good. Okay, so that's the end of the video. So hope you like that, and we'll see you on the next one. Please give us a thumbs up and all that stuff. Subscribe. Let me know what you think. Like, comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.